I was slow. I don't know. I had to be like 19 seconds off the pace. So how many of our turns there were? I was a second off per turn. Um, I detonated the hell out of the engine because we didn't have race gas and we tried pump fuel. Doesn't work in a stock
Mm,
Honda. Sorry.
yeah,
Um,
big mistake.
Big mistake. Um, but I remember that. I remember I drove Moran and it was like, yes. And my more recent memory is, driving down to Bakersfield, meeting up with Team Visalia. Is the same thing. It's just like, okay, drive to Bakersfield. Did that in the morning. I drove back at night. It's like, I got to drive a couple of carts out there. It's like, it's just so much fun. It's like, man, I'm going to remember that memory. Um, sometimes I get, I don't know, keyboard warrior on people. It's like, I'm sorry your local track that's 12 minutes away is closed, but be thankful that there's other tracks that are open. Go make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, you said that story and it kind of makes me think of obviously recent story. I just went down to Buttonwillow and I stayed there overnight because we did a 2-day test over there with our guys. And then, I mean, granted, I mean, we all know Buttonwillow is out in the middle of nowhere. There's no restaurants are open and everything. I remember just sitting outside a Motel 6 on a curb, eating Taco Bell, watching the sun set, and just thinking, like, thinking it's great. This is great. We're back at our track. We're at a new track this week. We went Reading, and we went to Willow Springs. Now we're at Beaumont, or not Beaumont, Buttonwillow. That's 3 different tracks. This is awesome. Tracks are opening up, and, luxurious lifestyle. You're sitting there eating Taco Bell on a curb outside of a Motel 6, and it's like, this is good. And then, then when Dixon opens up, oh, let's go. We got to go. It's a new track, and it's, I don't know, it kind of makes you appreciate everything in my eyes, this whole shutdown. Like, when something does open up, I mean, we would all been, especially like remember when Sonoma opens up, especially now that it's summertime, it's a bit cooler there, but it's one of those things that you kind of just take for granted. But all these tracks, especially I think the people in NorCal, that we have so many different tracks that are going to open up, and now that they're closed, I mean, it's a big deal when one of these opens up, and I can rest assured, like when I heard Prairie City might be opening up at the end of June or July. I can't remember.
No, they're forecasting June 1st.
Oh, so that's coming up.
Yeah, they're forecasting June
Yeah,
1st in some capacity. Yep.
okay, well, I guarantee when those guys open up, I'm going to be taking my guys there. I'll be getting a hold of Donald, seeing what the openings are, and we'll be going there. And because it's the thing of why not? Why not take your guys? If your guys are willing to go out to the track, and just because you're a team owner, you might have to drive a little bit more, you might have to take a little bit of pay cut because you're spending more gas than as your guys are driving.
Yeah.
what? And it is what it is. So, no, I'm glad Traxxon. That's awesome. I thought it was July. So, being that they're opening in June, I'm sure Davis will be coming open soon, and I'm sure Sonoma will be quick to follow. And I mean, once you get all tracks opened up, I'm sure there'll be more racing, and things will get back to normal. And I'm sure by the end of Super National, everyone that what I call the complainers, or will be complaining about there was too much racing, it was too stressful, and it was all
too
bad.
hot because they opened up in June.
June, yeah. Now, oh my God, I sweated so much, or something. It's like, well, I mean, what else do you want, bud? I mean, there's 30 million people out of work right now because it's a pandemic, and we're all going to complain that our local go-kart track's not open. Give me a break.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, let's get this thing wrapped up. No, this is great. I really enjoyed this little mini series, and let's see. Yeah, how do you want to wrap it up?
I don't know. You're the
Yeah, I'm not
talking.
paid very much to do it well. That's the problem.
And
Well,
nor am I. If anyone's seen the videos that I've been putting out on Instagram, I mean, I am absolutely horrible at public speaking. I got a newfound respect for people that like do videos and, speak on front of cameras and stuff. Newfound respect, 100%.
yeah, it's definitely you're 100% correct. If you haven't tried it, then you don't respect what these spokespeople do.
No,
But
you don't.
you're doing it. You're getting out there. You're creating content. You're doing it. So on that page, throw out your social channels. You're on Instagram. You're on
Yeah,
Facebook.
we do Instagram. Instagram and Facebook. It's GFC Karting. Is our handles are at GFC Karting. Is both our handles for the Facebook and Instagram, and we try to update it almost every day with different stuff, different videos, product videos. We give a little video series to shout out some of our partners, and then I think even today I put out a little video of our new thing with every cart that we sell, or anyone that does have a GFC product, or even Track Magic, the newer Track Magic product, and you can go hand in hand with that. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it's just a setup sheet. Basically, gives you a rundown of what setups that we use, maybe in cold or loose conditions, on hot, grippy conditions, and in even rain conditions. We have that for all the models of our carts, being it our Cadet, Tag, and Shifter chassis, and hopefully it gives, it just makes it a little bit easier for people that maybe don't have a bunch of experience tuning go-karts. They can, if they get into a different situation or go to a different track, or find themselves in a different track conditions they've never seen, they can just look at the paper, or look at the card, and be like, oh, hey, well, we're at this axle, and they maybe consider this axle. Oh no, we're way too narrow. Oh no, maybe we're way too wide. I mean, it just kind of takes a little bit of the guesswork of someone going out there and just looking at a setup sheet and just go, okay, yeah, just put this, and if it goes better, then they can, kind of takes the guesswork out. It makes it a little bit easier for the people that maybe don't have a bunch of experience, tuning their own carts.
Yeah, you have like those two different. You have both types, right? The ones that they just don't want to move their rear axle 5 millimeter, or their hubs, or move the front end in and out, or mess with tire pressures. And then you have the exact opposite other extreme of the guy that sometimes just needs the sheet because he actually has a lot of knowledge, but he's going to throw everything at the cart this session and let's see if it sticks.
Yeah. Right.
So you have a Team GFC tuning sheet to current. Which model Track Magic? It's the FV model, right?
Correct.
So you have the FV model and then GFC chassis.
Yeah, and all the GFC line of chassis. So, I think it'd be something we'd probably fine tune. I'm sure a lot of once we get it out to the customers, we'll kind of see, does it help them? And is it understanding? Is it easy to use? Is it, and we'll get feedback from the customers. And if there's something that needs to be changed or make it a little bit easier, we can obviously change on the fly and help develop that, and hopefully build a nice rapport with all our customers, and to kind of have more, with that paper, it's kind of like a more direct line. And then if they do have questions, they can email us and to our website at GaryCarltonRacing@hotmail.com. And then, we're building our team. We actually just had signed on Sonny Cervelli as one of our driver coaches for the GFC Young Driver Development Program. Because obviously, as our team grows, only one man can't do it. And, Sonny's been a huge part of our team from the very start, from the development of our Tag chassis, and played a huge role in like acting as a lead mechanic for all the guys, kind of been the one guy that knows where everything's in the trailer, and work with me the longest, kind of knows how things go, and helped all the other mechanics that are kind of new to the program. So extremely proud and honored to have Sonny on board with our team. He's not a full-time guy. He does go off and do other stuff with other guys. And I think that's great because the experience that he gains with the other guys, and, is always going to help us too. So I think, like I said, I got a great core group of people around me. The Pickett family and Pickett Racing, and they were one of the very first people to get on board with our program, and they've been extremely supportive and with anything that we might need, and trusting in the program and never really questioning it, what we've been doing, and just kind of giving us free rein to do what we think is best for them. And like I said, I'm only as good as the people I have surrounded around me, and right now I think I have some of the best in the business, and I just hope to continue those relationships and hopefully keep everyone happy and wanting to be on board of the program and continually pushing the envelope on development to show that we're not going to be one of those companies that, takes a day off, or be those guys that get to a certain point and you say, okay, that's enough. We've proved enough. We're just going to kind of take a step back, because I think that's what happens with some of these racing companies. You might get to a certain level and think, okay, that's, we're at the level as everyone else. But if you're doing everything else the same as everybody else, you're just as good as everybody else. So to make a splash or to, be better than everybody else, you got to do things that are above and beyond. So we're going to strive to do that. And hopefully we can look 10 years down from the road and be happy with what we've accomplished.
Absolutely. So we'll wrap this podcast up with the sales pitch for Gary Carlton, which is gfckarting.com. And you are setting up dealers. You are bringing on more drivers to your tent. You just signed Sonny Cervelli to help you out with the tuning and the mechanic side of things. So that would be a good addition. Give yourself a sales pitch.
More with the driving coaching. Yeah, and Sonny's more with the driving coaching too. With our, like I said, our young driver development program. I mean, I'm really pushing for that in the sense of I don't want to build a team that we just worry about. Obviously we're going to worry about kart setup and engine tuning and all that stuff. I mean, that's what a lot of teams do. We offer the data and all this. But what I'm trying to do with the young driver development program is to build young drivers into what experience, and build them into the most experienced driver as they can be, not just teaching them how to drive fast, but teaching them about nutrition, teaching them about work ethic, and teaching them just lifelong lessons. And, having Sonny being the person that he is and very well spoken, very well rounded and very even keeled and really good with the younger drivers, I'm really excited to have him on board, because as we all know, we were all young at one time. We always look up to the older drivers, and I think he's going to be a great role model for the kids to help me, build them up and hopefully, build them into future champions.
Absolutely. So if anyone's out there listening,
champions on and off the track. And I should say champions on and off the track, because I think there's so much more that goes on off the track that we can be a good representation and a good role model for these kids, because some of us all, not a lot of us all will make it to the top pinnacle of motorsport, but if we can set our team and our driver development program up where it's an environment of kids that they'll learn just things they can use in everyday life, and how to be respectful and how to talk with people that maybe are older than you or that you don't know, and the firm handshakes and things like that, look people in the eyes and respect elders and things like that. You would hope too, the parents that are being one and be a part of this program you would know that their kids are getting more than just learning how to drive fast.
That's a great point. Yeah, because how many life lessons have we learned over the years because of karting? That's a great point.
So, and I'm really excited about that program, and I hope to see it blossom. I mean, we've had some great success with Nico Serafati on track results and whatnot. But like I said before, I mean, we need to try to. Obviously, on track performance is a great big deal of our business, but I think the other side of it too is, trying to develop these kids into, proper, respectful human beings and being those good role models